People wonder if the Earth is spinning so fast beneath our feet, why can't we just, hover in the air and let our destination come to us? It's a question that, well, seems simple at first glance, but it really gets you thinking about how things actually work up there in the sky. If the Earth is spinning at 1,000 miles per hour, why doesn't a pilot just climb to altitude, cut the engines, hover in place, and wait for New York to rotate underneath them instead of flying 4 hours to get there? The globe model says this should work, and the answer they give you is more revealing than the question. The standard response is that the atmosphere moves with the Earth. A hovering aircraft carries the planet's rotational momentum, so even stationary in the air, it moves with the surface below. The destination doesn't rotate away because everything moves together as one system. That answer sounds reasonable. But it immediately creates a second problem they never address. If the atmosphere fully moves with Earth's rotation, wind patterns wouldn't exist in the east-west direction. Everything would just travel along together at the same speed with no relative movement between air layers. But east-west winds absolutely exist. Trade winds, jet streams, prevailing westerlies, all moving independently at their own speeds. Now let's have a think about helicopters and what they can tell us about the world we live in. If the Earth were really spinning at, say, over 1,000 miles an hour at the equator, you might expect that a helicopter, just by hovering in the air, would see the ground moving beneath it, right? But, well, that's not what we see happening. Helicopters can hover in place, and the ground doesn't just zip by underneath them. This observation, it really makes some folks question the idea of a spinning globe. It's interesting, isn't it? How sometimes the simplest things can make us stop and wonder about what we've always been told. So the atmosphere doesn't fully lock to the surface. It moves independently, which means, a hovering aircraft should drift relative to the ground beneath it. And here's what helicopter pilots deal with every single flight. When hovering, a helicopter drifts with wind, not with Earth's rotation. If the ground beneath was spinning at, say, 1,000 miles per hour in one direction, hovering aircraft would show consistent massive drift in that direction regardless of wind. But they don't. They drift with local air movement only, at whatever speed the wind happens to be blowing that day. The aircraft behaves as if the surface beneath it is stationary, because operationally it is. On a flat, stationary Earth, a hovering aircraft